ladies and gentlemen. Starting over here at the top right side of the map of Merry-Go-Round LE, we have a StartaleZerg. It is Curious. Party, party hats, party, party, woo, 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 woo. Yeah, just a bunch. I would love to see just like something crazy. Just like add a little bit more on top of the party hats. Like give like the give the drones like a beer can or something like that. Terrans, give them a keg. You see, just SCVs like doing some keg stands. That'd be pretty awesome. make that a slash dance function right there. They just like pull out a keg and like start doing a keg stand. I would laugh my head off. Alright, Curious, of course, he's going to be having to face, I feel like, a little bit of an uphill battle, but because of this map, I feel like he might be in a little bit of a better position versus his opponent. At the top left side of the map, he's playing against AxRyung's very own AxRyung. I admit that AxRyung logo is still pretty damn cool. I don't know. I have a really warm and very soft spot in my heart for the AxRyung team and the AxRyung players because back in the good old days of SC2, when we weren't dead game. No, I'm just kidding. We're actually about as alive can be right now, man. Like somebody last month hit us with the paddles really hard, and we just came like out alive as hell. Tournaments every single day, weekend. Oh man, Nation Wars just finished up. That was awesome. But yeah, no, like back in the day, Slayers was my favorite team. You know, the good old guys, the Boxer, the MMA, the AxRyung, man. Like, all those Terran players right there, man. And just the general Slayers seem like really soft spot in my heart for them. So, you know, when I see AxRyung, I'm just kind of like, aww, aww. Love these guys. They're awesome. They actually have a pretty good foundation because they don't exactly, you know, how they run a normal, I guess you want to say, Korean team. They have the Korean house, but they're not exactly held to, like, the strictest practice regimen, a little bit more loose. Some stream, some do more interaction as well with the fans. Holy moly, she's going to be opening up what basically is the replacement of that ESV Korean Weekly. She's got her own league that she's going to be running. Very cool. It's going to be weekly. I can't wait to. And she's one of the funniest kind of, I guess, player managers in the sense. Does a lot of media stuff for him, writes a lot of funny stories. Like I mentioned the other day, if you guys were watching the broadcast, if you guys didn't read what she wrote about the team stories, was Impact. I'll repeat it again just because we're going to have some time, it looks like, to develop in the game. Impact, the day of the Red Bull qualifier, the first one, he had plans to go out to lunch with a friend. Of course, due to the time zone conversion, the Red Bull qualifier started at 3 in the morning for him. And by the time, Impact qualified, got finished up, it was about 11 o'clock, so he was very, very tired already. Didn't get a lot of sleep, he was very tired. Went to go meet his friend for lunch. Apparently where he met his friend was a really long way away. And on the way over, he apparently fell asleep. Now check this out, he fell asleep, so he didn't get the notification, or he didn't see the notification in time that his friend canceled. Actually, the friend bailed. Come on, man, Impact just qualified for Red Bull and you're going to bail out on your friend. The friend bailed out on him. And so instead of taking the journey back, he was so tired, he just wanted to go to sleep. So what he did, he actually found a bathroom nearby, went in it, locked himself in there, and fell asleep. Woke up like an hour later to somebody banging on the bathroom stall door. and then eventually took the trip back home. Like, okay, like I said, I don't know if you guys like are ever in America, but like that's at least where I'm at in Colorado. Like, that's an oddity. Like, if you have anybody, you find somebody just like sleeping in a bathroom, just like locked himself in there, I'd be like, what the hell is going on right now? This is crazy. That cracked me up. I read it and I was just laughing for a good 5 minutes, but here we go. AxRyung, of course, dropping that third CC. He's already got Reactor Hellions out, adding that tech lab. We should be seeing the stim come up very shortly after that as well. Now, the good thing about the Hellions, of course, they will be able to give himself a little bit more map presence, and it's very important on this map because due to this wider ramp, you do have to worry about those builds that we saw earlier today. Somebody like DRG with that Ling Roach Bane, very easy to break this wall off, and also it's a lot more cost investment for the Terran player for this wall off as well. Now, I know AxRyung and how he likes to wall it off. Actually, he goes double eBay supply depot. So might do it a little bit different this time around, but how I'm used to seeing him, he puts a lot of a technical investment with those upgrades right here, with those engineering bays. We'll see if he does it again, though. He's already got the second supply depot underway. Only a short amount of time before those eBays should be followed up with. Alright, third hatch under a little bit of fire, under a little bit of duress, under a little bit of stress. Kerrigan getting all panicky. Guys, defend the hatchery. The swarm is under attack. Now the thing is, you don't want to really let too much damage actually go to this hatchery. Like he needs to defend it fairly soon right now. I don't know where the queen's at. I guess he's just gonna try to defend this off with the lings. I'm a little bit worried because, oh, there they are. I was about to say, I'm like, I lost track of the queens. Because the thing is gonna be when like stuff like drops come in, or you know, double pronged attacks, that half HP gone is gonna affect the game. Like that hatchery is gonna go down that much quicker. A full HP hatch with just, you know, non-upgrade or +1/+1 Marines, it does take quite a bit longer, you know, to actually like get it down. So. It's like I said, it's a game of seconds. It's a game of just like little stuff like that you got to watch out for. Some people are going to be like, "Well, you're being nitpicky." Well, you know, if that third hatch falls, man, and you know those links come in and just like didn't have enough time to get over there, I'll be like, "Man, hey, check it out! I told you so, told you so." Alright, AxRyung meanwhile back at home, going to be adding that starport up to 3 barracks, it looks like. Utilizing the 3rd orbital right now just for saturation and muling at the natural. Curious starting to spread that creep out. AxRyung looking for a little bit of a better way to control him. Looks like he's going to try to take a peek inside the natural for now. He is, okay. Curious spots that, we'll rotate the lings over there, but he should be fine. So 3rd base saturated for him as well, up to 87 supply. Now AxRyung does have to start thinking about grabbing his own 3rd base, and indeed he is. There we go. Starport finally finishes up. We'll flip that over to the reactor. More barracks getting added on. Now, as a Terran player starting to watch more TVZ play and kind of my own personal struggles, I do enjoy watching Pultz probably play the best, just due to the fact that he macros so well, and then there we go, yeah. He starts going into the 6 barracks like style by the time he gets up to a 3rd base, 6 barracks, and then eventually once he gets the 3rd base up and going, he adds a double factory and goes into this 3 factory double reactor tech lab, Widow Mine, just mad production. And that's the thing I'm looking for now. With that patch that just came through yesterday, man. Was it yesterday or the day before? Might have been day before. Patch that went through, it was day before. The patch that went through, those Widow Mines, man, they do a whopping amount of damage. Again, it was notified too as well. You got to note that friendly fire is increased as well, but man, some of those Zerg armies got wiped when it was the IEM Europe, it was the IEM North American Toronto qualifier, and man, some of those just Zerg armies and mutas, they flew in, man. 3 Widow Mines cleaned them up. I was just like, wow, I'm like hashtag tearing in, but we're back, man. We are back. I felt really bad. I felt really bad watching a couple of those games. I'm like, there's a couple of games where I didn't think the Terran should have been worthy to win the game, and those Widow Mines just wiped armies. But here we go. Might get a little bit of our first test. Yeah, you take that, you 4-lings. Now AxRyung is heading across the map. He's got some Hellions and Marines back at home. That's going to help him out. He's going to lose a few workers along the way. Meanwhile, over here on the other side of the map, we do have an attack. He'll have to lift off. That's way too many lings and banelings in position. Even though there are slow lings. That's just kind of unfortunate positioning right there. Like, as soon as he walks out, had the supply depot down and lings stream in. So he lost quite a few workers right there, down to 35 SCVs. So AxRyung's got to really make something of himself right now, or he's going to find himself in a lot of trouble. He needs to, first of all, go after these queens and start clearing the creep out. Because on a map like this, when there's so much creep already getting spread out in every which way direction, it's going to be very hard to find yourself in a position where you can actually have efficient and effective drops, effective positioning. And there we go. He starts breaking through there. Baneling speed just finished up. The first 5 mutas are about out now. Looks like, once again, Curious is going to be going for a very long surround. That there's no wall off over here. He's just got the supply depot over here. He never rebuilt that bunker. Uh-oh. This is not good. Lings are starting to stream in here. There's a lot that are just kind of hanging out and holding their position. They might need to come back right now. Where are all the banelings? What happened to them? They're gone. Curious needs to either go for the attack, or he might find himself dead actually here as well. Mutas are kind of almost popping out to their death in a sense. AxRyung goes up to the high ground, spots the banelings that are forming right now. None will finish. Does he have some in the back? No, he doesn't, but a lot of damage getting done with 5-6 medevacs. He's getting all the healing he needs right now for the time being. Meanwhile, over here, 3rd base completely getting wiped. AxRyung pulling just up right now into the main base, lifting off the orbital command at the natural. Going to continue breaking through as best as he possibly can. A lot of these link forces are going to come back to help out, and he really needs to. There we go. The banelings are done. I'm really worried. I think AxRyung might... this game might be in the bag for Curious right now. As these banelings are rolling in, he's going to have not only some really nice splits... well, he got those nice splits, but there's a go. There's a couple more banelings. He needs to really make sure that the banelings detonate on the Marauder, and indeed they do, and these lings still can't find a good engagement for themselves. 36 more lings underway. They're kind of trying to fight their way through this. Medevac's just doing work right now. Ryung's doing a massive amount of damage, by the way. Takes out the hatchery. He's going to lift off. He needs to get out of there. He's going to lift over the mutas. There's only a couple mutas, too, on the queen, so there's not a lot of DPS. Now he's starting to reinforce. Ryung actually still might have this game, guys. Wait a second. Wait a minute. Sending another very thick force across the map. He might not have a lot of resources. He might not have his natural. His third base, he actually could bring it back down and start muling it up. You can't forget about that. Widowmine starting to spread. Detonations. Clears out, and there we go. I think that's actually it for Curious. He's going to start losing the queen. He's going to start losing drones over here at the third hatchery. That means his econ is basically down. He's trying to get as many of these banelings to roll through, but if Ryung does really nice splits, you shouldn't really have to worry about it. And indeed, everything just bowls on through. Clears out about as much as he possibly can, but there goes all the drones. Curious starting to fall into supply. 67. He's got no econ to reproduce, unfortunately. He's trying to form banelings as quick as he possibly can. Ryung actually not looking him back at his third base right now. There we go. He finally mules it, lands it down, realizes that he needs to continue macroing to be able to, you know, maybe give himself a chance to finalize this game. Lings running through to their death. Don't forget, there's also Widowmines. They're very elastic units. Gonna roll on through. Ryung splitting. Only a few more banelings left. Marines still firing away. Medevac's almost personal healers now for these. Almost personal healers for these Marines. Now, Ryung should maybe consider trying to take out the rest of this third hatchery over here. There's a queen that just popped out, but man, damage from both players, massive amounts done. Now, don't forget, Ryung, of course, does have a lot of muled and saved up energy right now, so he can continue getting a lot of Marines out. As long as he keeps the Medevacs alive, that's actually the main importance right now. Keeps the Medevacs alive, he's going to be in an okay position. Now, here comes some more reinforcements to help Ryung out, but he's going to have to kind of choke himself up to be able to find a good engagement to make sure he doesn't get surrounded. Marines still taking away a lot of these units. I can see Ryung really wanting to aim for that last muta right there. He might have to lift off, and yeah, indeed he does. Lifts off, gets on out of there. Now this is going to give the Medevacs a couple seconds to also recover some energy. Another reinforcement coming through. This is a very tough position for Curious to be because he really wants to produce. He's got hatcheries, but he doesn't have a lot of drones. He needs time to actually form banelings, and those are going to be the efficient units that really force him to kind of come off. And without the mutas out on the field, he doesn't have to worry about his Medevacs, really. Anytime he doesn't feel like there's a comfortable engagement, he could just lift off on out of there. See, there we go. Another baneling detonation that kind of went halfway through. Only took out a couple Marines. Oh, man. Oh, man. More and more coming across the map. I think Ryung was he got worried about right there about a counterattack. And there we go. He is trying to send some Lings over here to the other side of the map. Those Lings got to be careful, man. They're going to be vulnerable. Now, two more mutas are out underway. Ryung has got a lot of forces right now. He has got a lot of units. He's up 96 supply to 74. Even though Curious does have the 2-2 upgrades out, I don't think he has enough units to be able to realistically deal with it. Now he's just going to go focus on the hatch. Transfuse on the hatch. Does he have enough time? No, he doesn't have enough time. Marines start dropping out. Medevac does get taken out. Might be able to get one muta for it. No, but good transfuse, man. Look at that. Look at the focus from Curious, man. Not one muta shall fall today, he says. I'm just kidding. Already, like, almost all the mutas fell. Alright, well, the frontal force is coming now for Ryung. You take a look at what's out on the map. There's going to have to be some really money connects by these banelings to be able to actually force this army to go down. You can see Ryung starting to press his way forward, sending a few Marines just to soak up some of the initial shots. You can just keep doing this, send a little by little here and there. He's also splitting up his Widowmines really nicely. Widowmine connects. 4 banelings go down. The other 2 fall before they even get a chance to connect. Brings some of his forces back. We'll clear out all of the banelings, and now it's just mutas and Lings, guys, for the most part. We see a couple banelings still rotating in the very back, but man, I think it's over. Losing the third hatch. Curious falling down at 2, down on supply. The one thing that's actually still really good for him is his worker count, but you take a look at that, 39 workers to 18. There's a 20 worker difference, so when Ryung's already up by 104 to 86, there's 20 of that supply that's in favor more so of army value for Ryung. So it's almost like he's basically doubling the army value right now of Curious easily. Alright, mutas are coming through right here. They're going to try to get a little bit of damage done. Is there a turret? No, there is not. So muta's kind of being a little bit problematic. I mean, this is a point where Ryung should maybe try to go just for a counterattack right now. and try to kill off his opponent. I don't know, he's trying to chase the mutas right now for the most part. Like, AxRyung at this point should not be afraid about going for the counterattack and trying to go for the win. As long as he keeps some defenses and some reinforcements at home, there we go. Like one medevac, that's just more than enough right now. He should be okay to head across the map. So he's gonna play patiently. He's gonna play patiently. Now I don't like that move. I don't like that move. Well, a couple of meters going down. Only due to the fact that the longer he waits, the worker count will have an effect. The longer the game goes, he could actually, because of the army value advantage, he could go forward and try to push this army. He could be aggressive. He could try to kill it off. Curious doesn't have a third hatch. He's about to mine out from both his main and his... Actually, main's already mined out. Natural's going to be next. Well, here's some of the forces right here. Maybe Curious is going to try to be the aggressor, but you got to be really worried about Curious right now. He's going to be... If he does decide to roll through here, he's going to be rolling into Widow Mines. Drops a scan, got to take a look ahead. Some of the Banelings are going to roll, try to make that little miniature connect. Takes out, almost takes out the third Baneling before anything actually connects right there. Really good solid play from AxRyung right here. Mutas once again will look to roll in over here. Are they going to try to snipe the medevac? Got to be a little bit wary. I don't know, man. I don't know. AxRyung playing really risky, is all I'm going to say. He's playing risky. He's playing risky by letting this game go on, but at the same time, it's really funny to watch and just see, like, how over defensive he is right now in his position. He brought actually back the third orbital into his main base, so he doesn't have to worry about it. He's going to head on forward. And Widow Mines, they do have to burrow ahead of time, and they do indeed. Starting to clear out some of the creep ahead of him. He needs to make sure to split up all the units. Burrow the Widow Mines, burrow the Widow Mines. One lands. It's going to continue on forward. Third hatch is just actually about done for Curious once again. Curious right now in dire straits for resources, so I feel like this is going to be one of the final battles for him if he can't make something of it. Good job, AxRyung, clearing out a majority of those forces. There's still a couple of Banelings left, but man, with some help of the Widow Mines, the medevac's continually trying to heal. I don't know if these couple Widow Mines in the back are going to be able to help him out a lot. AxRyung beginning to reinforce as well. He still has pretty healthy economy, especially with those mules at the natural, as long as he helps himself out. Gonna take out an Evo chamber along the way, kind of open up the wall for him a little bit. Try to get a little bit of a zoom out right there. Now mutas are in the back. They're starting to head across the map. I think they're trying to pick off some reinforcements. AxRyung, meanwhile, has completely entered the natural right now. He doesn't have really too much to worry about. Now he does have to split up his Marines just a little bit. Oh, he's actually going to bait out the Widow Mine shot. Okay. So there's only a couple Banelings still left. He's still trying to form a couple more, but another hatchery will fall. Oh, I'm worried. I'm so worried about Curious right now, man. I'm so worried about him. AxRyung down to 71 supply to 105, but 3 workers left. I don't know what Curious could do here. He's losing so much along the way. You know, back inside the main base, everything else getting cleared out. The 3 SCVs that are on the map are actually right here, and AxRyung actually has to work with the army he's got. Curious might have been able to pull it off. He's gonna aggro the fight. Uh-oh. Widow Mine shots, Widow Mine shots. Oh, no! All the remaining forces go down. I think oh crap! I don't know who's. I don't even know who's gonna win now. It's so close in terms of supply. It's so close. Army value in favor of AxRyung, definitely. But now he's going for all the drones. Both players down to minimal worker counts. 5 actually workers total out on the map left. The mutas are trying to come back home and trying to fight through with this. They managed to actually snipe a Widow Mine. Look at that. Managed to snipe a Widow Mine. Now Ryung's bases are revealed. He took out all the orbital commands. Here he comes inside the main base. There's a couple banelings. Oh, this is so going to be interesting to see. Just, oh, the Widow Mines, the Widow Mines, the Widow Mines! The Widow Mines! Oh, he takes out the Widow Mine, loses a medevac here. Oh, yeah. I don't know if Ryung can win this now. There's just too many mutas. Oh, he's going to have to make sure that the banelings don't connect. That's the main thing. If the banelings don't connect, Ryung wins. If the banelings get some nice connects, it's over. So, 8 more banelings are forming in the very back over here. And he's actually taking out link potential out of him. Alright, he's going to fight through with this. 1 baneling hits, but that might not be enough. We have 8 more forming, though. This is going to force a very huge split from Ryung to be able to actually split up all of these forces, making the number of Marines minimal, and I think that's it. GG. Curious pulls it out! Whoa! No way! Absolutely no way!